Hey guys, today I want to talk about parking in the Philippines. A lot of times we go places, we find it really hard to park. And I had something funny happen the other day, and I want to tell this story because it's kind of a cool story. And that is, let me push this table in first. That is that sometimes the guards will work with you. We pulled into one of the malls the other day over in Alabang, and parking was very difficult. Everybody was out Christmas shopping, walking around the malls, filling up the restaurants and everything. It was actually a really good day for shopping, and I noticed because the parking was so filled that they were filling up the sides of the roads, the roads on the side. They were doing all those. They were putting parking in front of the mall. But I noticed that there was a few that were had the orange cones there. And I'm saying, geez, there's no parking here anywhere. Where you gonna park? You're never gonna find one because there's so many cars looking for parking spots. So I asked the guard. I says, "Hey," I says, "can we park where the orange cone is? Is that okay?" He's like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can park there. That's okay because there's no more parking. That's fine." Guy was being really good about it. I'm not sure if he was looking for a tip or not. And it really doesn't matter whether he was or wasn't. I think that's okay to try to earn a tip, So he removed the cone, we parked there, and I went up and I shook his hand and I put 100 pesos in there because I thought that was really nice of what he did. And what was funny is we went in, we did our shopping and stuff, we come back out and, he guided us out. He was really cool about it. And I didn't give him another tip then, but I was very thankful for the way he treated us and everything. I was like, man, this guy's really nice. And we left. And a week went by. And what happened was that next time we came, he recognized our car. Our car is really recognizable. It's a little orange Wego, and it has Pax's kids' names written right on the front of it. So it's very recognizable. It's very hard not to recognize. And the guy recognized it and he started waving, and he runs over to a spot. He moves the cone. It was filled up again, same as before. And he put us in there and he says, "Sir, you got preferred parking now, right?" I'm like, "Well, thank you." And we parked there, and I forget how much I gave him. I think I gave him like 50 or 100 again, and I think he probably does it as a small business or something like that because he probably wants a tip or whatever. I'm not sure because he could have put somebody in there before. He only has like one or two cones out there, so he's not going to really make that much money. Some people, one of the guys was commenting that he's probably starting a business doing this now. I taught him the wrong thing. I don't think I taught him the wrong thing. I think it's okay for a guy to do that once in a while to try to make a few extra bucks. The guy's probably making $7 a day. I'm sure he's not making a killing doing what he's doing, and in fact he's probably helping his family, and I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that. For us expats, what's 50 or 100 pesos to give to somebody? It's nothing. It really is. It's nothing. A lot of the guys over here probably average anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000. That sweet spot budget, they live in that realm. So when we tip people, we should be tipping people fairly decent. We got a rooster over here crowing his brains out. Not sure why. We don't hear him that often, but anyway, and I can't hear him in the house. But anyway, you should be tipping these people that help you out, whether it be a guard, a waitress, a guy that comes over to your house, does some work around your house, whatever. Tip these people and give them a decent tip. I say, back home we tip people 15 to 20%. Why can't we do that here? We should be tipping them that amount. I got my friend here, my little dog. My dog Watson. I got him a flea collar the other day. It's an all-natural flea collar, and supposedly it lasts about 8 months. And I found it online. I was like, I'm gonna get him that because he's always itching and everything. And if you guys have a dog or anything like that, you might want to think about that. It's this collar right here. It's pretty good, and it stays on. A lot of the other collars, the white ones with the stuff that's all the chemicals in there, those ones there, they tend to fall off after a while, or the dogs manage to get it off. This one here has like these things in there, makes it hard to rip it off. But I wanted to show that because a lot of people don't buy their dogs flea collars over here, and you should be buying your dog a flea collar. I mean, how would you like to be itching fleas all day, you know? But anyway, and we got this, I want to show this. We have a beautiful, beautiful, dry day today. It's very cool here, cooler than usual. It's very comfortable here. I'm sitting here right now inside the cabana here in Tracy Martinez. We're close to Gaitai too. So we do tend to get the cooler breezes, which is nice. We get the cooler breezes over here. Not as cool as Tagaytay, but we get the cooler breezes. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. I want to just talk about that a little bit, because parking, you can if you offer people, say, hey, can you get me into a spot? Say, hey, listen, I'll give you 50 pesos or 100 pesos or something like that. People will find you a spot. You know, I mean, I don't think there's a problem when you're talking to parking people to try to get a spot like that. They'll try to fit you in sometimes. You know, sometimes you just need to talk to people here, and you can get your way to the front or whatever. I'm not talking about like going into a restaurant and cutting it in the front of the line, but I'm talking about like as far as parking and stuff like that. Instead of driving around for an hour, you know, just talk to the guard. Say, hey, listen, you know, I'll give you 100 pesos if you can find me a spot. You know, hey, the guy's working to find you a spot. He could probably find you a spot in 5 or 10 minutes, you know, because he knows who's coming out and who's going in more than you do. He's watching people there. So, you know, use that knowledge sometimes from people. And remember, always tip these guys. You know, that helps these guys. These guys need a little extra cash, but don't overdo it. Don't ever overdo tipping or over give money, because then it's expected all the time. You know, every time you show up, they're gonna expect it. Just give it to them once, you know, every once in a while, or give them like a smaller amount or whatever, but give it to them each time you go in there, rather than give them a large amount and then each time they're gonna expect a large amount every time you go in there. So be careful about how much you tip, you know, or if you know, once in a while, just give them like 50. At least give them 50, you know, because I think that's a fair amount. $1 is a fair amount. It buys them a cup of coffee or whatever, and you know, that way there they have something to, you know, have to spend or whatever towards their lunch or whatever. That's a good amount. Over here, most of the guards, they go to these street places to eat. It's usually about 100 pesos, 120 pesos to get a good meal. So 50 pesos towards a meal is a pretty decent tip for just finding you a parking spot. Anyway, guys, God bless. Hope you enjoyed today's show.